My name is host Derek, host talking famous people. I have famous people here, a couple of them. Eric or Zach Tech, if you'd like to suggest a topic, speak, and or make cheese, visit the cheese making festival, any of those things, let me know. Is my audio not working on mine? Am I not hearing you guys? I don't know if you're talking or not. Make sure I got the audio right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll take that as enough. So I'm going to let me start this video over. I don't want to do that, remember? Cow. Cow. I'm a little concerned. I'm concerned that we've got a persimmon hater in the room.
There's no persimmons in Kansas.
Okay, now, you know how I feel about persimmons, right? They're pretty important to me.
There are none in Kansas. I can't use my Royal We if it only applies to persimmons.
Well, okay, I'll see if I can get you an extension. We'll see if we can get a waiver for something else, okay? It's going to require some sort of paperwork, I'm sure. You'll have to you have to appeal to the Bureau of Royal We Permissions.
I've been fluffing my way through paperwork for 30 years. I'm good at that shit.
Really? Man, I'm jealous of you being able to do that. I just, it's like the plague. I can't get too close to it. I go,
it's a game. You can outthink the paperwork. It's the submission that's the problem. I've got a lot of really good fucking paperwork sitting under my bed. Or shoved in drawers.
Yeah. That's a tendency, I guess. When I finished writing a novel called Gospel of the Pantheon, I never send it to any publishers or anything. I wanted to. I told myself I was going to, but I never did.
Probably still plan to.
Yep. I got another book. Another one. This is the even crazier thing. When I was younger, it was like before 2000, so it was like 1990 something. But I wrote a little novella, and I sent a pitch letter out to agents and shit, a couple of them. And one of them wrote me back saying, send me the manuscript. I'm interested. This sounds good. And I was like, you know what? It's not really that good. I don't think I'm going to send it to her. What? I don't know what's wrong with me. That was a long time ago. I wouldn't do that sort of shit anymore.
I started a paranormal investigating business in college.
Really?
And kind of did the same thing. Never actually investigated anything. Did have a few journalists want to accompany me.
And you're just like, nah. Did you ever find any ghosts?
I never investigated anybody because no one wanted to pay me.
No one wanted to pay you to investigate ghosts?
I had very affordable consultation.
Okay. Well, I would have paid you if you were that affordable for you to investigate ghosts. I would have paid you, and I would have just made a YouTube episode out of it, and been like, all right, I just for some reason I found out this guy wanted to charge like $10 an hour to investigate ghosts at my house. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I have to buy 2 hours of ghost investigation.
I had just gotten my Adderall script for the first time. So me and a buddy were all about this for like 48 hours.
Thing was, what you discovered is you'd only see those ghosts when you'd been up for 3 or 4 days.
I just wanted to see how. I just assumed that there were suckers out there who would pay me. I was in college.
Right.
Give me a pack of cigarettes and a 6-pack of Natty Light, and I'm good.
Oh, investigate ghosts all night. That's fine, yeah.
Really reasonable fees.
Right. By the end of the night, you're just kind of like staggering around. Yeah, there's 3 or 4 more ghosts over there.
Well, the result's always the same: is further testing required.
Right. We're gonna need to come back. You're probably gonna want to have a monthly inspection. Monthly ghost inspection.
How long do you think a pack of smokes and a 6-pack will last me?
Well, you gotta get multiple clients. You can't just have one client. You gotta get.
I couldn't get one client. I couldn't get the first client.
You need 30 different clients, each to go on monthly inspection, and then you're set.
I had someone from the St. Louis Post wanting to drive out to Columbia, Missouri to follow me, but I couldn't get not one paying client.
Well, I mean, because how many people have a ghost problem?
A shit ton, actually.
You
I
think
got
so?
a whole bunch of. Apparently, they think so. Doesn't matter what I think.
I think so too. I think they do have a ghost problem. Oh, that's funny. That's such a funny business. So, did you have any other crazy ideas you tried to pull off in college that didn't fly?
Yeah, my most lucrative one was just having a fake ID.
Oh, well, yeah. That's a useful skill in college.
It was a useful skill in high school.
Did you look 21 at all?
I had the same fake ID from the time I was 15 till the time I was 20.
Really? And did anybody
And then
go,
I could scratch.
You sure don't look 21.
I looked about the same at 15.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. I still like doing stuff just to see if it'll work. I've got these things I'm selling on eBay that I buy from China for 69 to 76 cents a piece. I sell them here for $9.99.
That's a good. Did you sell them?
I don't sell. Yeah, I don't sell a ton. It's not a real money maker so much as every time I sell one, I get really excited about the markup.
Right. Well, you know what I'm trying to sell? I'm trying to sell licenses. I'm trying to sell,
selling what?
I'm trying to sell licenses for things that don't need to be licensed. Like a gardening license.
A guardian license?
Gardening. That's different. Gardening license. And my pitch is this. I picture that it's like an infomercial, right? You've got one side of the screen. It's got somebody who's trying to dig and dirt's flying all over the place, and vegetables are landing on them. And the other side, somebody's doing a really effective job. And so the narrator says, everybody likes to garden, but only some of us are licensed gardeners. Get your license today at quadtravel.com. And that's it. Let them draw their own conclusions,
I like it.
I don't know.
Have you sold any yet?
No. Well, the other thing is I currently have a requirement that to buy it, you have to send me the money in coins by a snail mail.
That's probably the problem.
Because
that's an expensive way.
It's because I don't have a. I just thought it was funny. I don't know. It just seemed funny to do that. So I did that. But when I get actual the thing on your internet page where you can buy shit on the internet directly, then I will totally actually sell them. But see, you're gonna get something. You're gonna get a piece of paper that I've written on. You are hereby licensed to garden by quadtravel.com.
You know what a certificate of authenticity is? Fucking nothing. It's nothing.
It's like my gardening
Like those,
license. It's a gardening
huh?
license. It's the same thing as a
But it makes
gardening
people feel good
license.
about themselves. Kind of like a college degree.
Yeah, a lot like a college degree. Did you happen to watch my host Delilah learns to curse video?
I did.
That's what I was telling you about.
It's good.
I was surprised. I was happy to hear it again. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Because for years I was afraid to put it up there. I was afraid. I mean, not here, but in that previously and before YouTube, I was afraid to share it with anybody because they would judge me too much. But actually, people liked it. So what do you know?
Did you last night when you were doing band practice? Were you recording any of that stuff when you guys signed off?
I mean, yeah,
You guys took a break, and my daughter and I were talking about bugs. I was wondering if you got that.
yeah, I do have it. I right now, in fact, am converting those files. I'm converting one of them. Yeah, yeah, but I do have it. If it was before Dave closed the laptop, which was I came back and I was like, why is the laptop closed? It's just fucking Dave. No, dude, you'll just. He's like, well, oops. What is that? A
Those are
ring?
when
That's a ring?
it's $9.99 on eBay
Oh,
from me.
and what's it made out of? Metal? Oh, it's a little like punch you and stab you ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. And it only costs you less than $1.
76 cents.
That's great.
It's aluminum. I've got gold, black, and silver.
That's great. That's very clever. I like that
And it's
idea.
like a 12,000% markup.
Well, I
Which is
really
really
I need to do
just that.
some work doing that kind of shit. I keep planning on it. I've got a bunch of shit I want to sell, and among the things I'm going to sell are my $1,000 pictures. So I have a bunch of drawings that I made, and on a lot of them I indicate in there that I like some part of the picture or text that says something like "This is a very valuable piece of fine art" or something like that, and then I indicated many times that all of my pictures, the starting price is $1,000. And I'm going to try to position it as you should buy this picture not because it's a good picture, not because you want the picture, but because you're gambling on the notion that I'll become famous enough that someday it'll be worth more than $1,000. And at some point, somebody will probably go, maybe I should do that. What does that say? Shut the fuck up, Danby?
Donnie,
Donnie. I don't know who
I-
Donnie is. I don't.
you haven't watched The Big Lebowski?
I have, but I
about-
don't really remember it very well.
That's a painting. That's autographed. Painting. Autographed.
Did you paint them?
Be careful. Be careful selling shit online, because then you start finding shit to buy online.
Oh, I see.
You there?
Well, the one thing I want to buy online that I sometimes used to occasionally indulge in, I had a big typewriter collection. I had a collection of vintage typewriters, the manual kind, and those sometimes entice me. But overall, I'm not a big buying stuff guy. Usually, if I want to buy something, it's some kind of tool, like a audio equipment. What's that thing?
The bottle opener.
It's a bottle opener. It's pretty. That's a pretty high. It's an industrial strength bottle opener there, huh?
It is. You can really get some leverage into that one.
Is that how you that thing marketed as a bottle opener? Yeah, I see. I see it. It is a bottle opener, and
I
that.
will even show you how well it opens bottles. Hold on.
Oh wonder if he calls the other one a cat. Do you call the other thing a cat ears ring? Decorative cat ears ring?
Did you find it?
No, I'm just asking if that's what you call it.
Yeah.
What? It works. Works. Yeah. That's what it is then. You know, that I could sleep on a loaf of bread. That's why it's a pillow. Okay, it's interesting.
People don't have ODD. They'll subscribe to that.
Uh-huh. Right, they will.
They just need to agree with me that this is a fucking bottle opener.
Right. See, that's the thing. People don't understand who's got the burden. You know, I was hanging out with band members showing my big pot plant in the front yard.
In
And
the front.
yeah, we just got in the planter, in the raised planter in the front yard. And they're like, well, what do your neighbors think about it?
That's risk.
Well, there is a theft risk, but I do have. I am number one home almost all the time. At least for even once I get back to work, I work in short bursts, like 3 hours here, 3 hours there, you know, and then I'm back home again. I could do a lot of the work from home anyway, so I'm home a lot. I've got Compton, who, even though I've tried to keep this dog, I've been unable to successfully prevent her from escaping my house. I've got this massive fucking wall of shit on the other side of the house, and she somehow finds a way out of there. I don't know how. But anyway, so she'll bark at anybody, and instead of trying to steal it, I mean, here's the thing. Let's say somebody did steal it. I have video evidence of it existing. I would call the cops and make a YouTube video out of me reporting the theft of my marijuana plant and see how that plays out. So, you know, I don't want it to be stolen, obviously, and I basically think people are good and they're not going to steal it. But if they do, I'll make lemonade out of it.
No, you don't.
What?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You really?
I mean, I don't
No.
think, not around here, I don't think people are going to steal anything. First of all, my neighborhood's full of all Chinese people. And I live at the end of an alley, so nobody comes down here, except for the people who live right here. There's no way through. My street, I'm at the very last house at the end of the alley, so there's nowhere to go once you get to the end.
So the only people who go down to your house are the ones who live by you, or who want that really big fucking pot plant.
Okay, well, but I mean, if they come down here at the wrong time and I see, I mean, it's a high risk activity for them. I'm not going to shoot them or anything. I don't have a gun. I don't want a gun. But
You need self-defense bottle openers.
well, I've got things like this. My Spyderco. Got my Spyderco. Oh, you got one too, huh? I carry these things. Yeah, I like them. Just in case. You never know. But I use to sharpen pencils mostly, you know? That's the most common usage for me.
No. Ever just sit there like fidgeting with it and not realize that you're sitting around looking like a nut?
Yes, I do it all the time. You just open and close it, open and close it, open and close it. I've got several of them. That one is the biggest one I have, I think. Yeah, I don't know where they are. Anyway, I play with little shit like that all the time. Like this thing, I'm constantly playing with it when I'm making videos. It's a dental pick, but I just use it for just like scratching myself or or whatever, you know.
I've got a set of those in my car, actually.
They're good to have,
Right
right?
on the inside of the door. I needed to get into a lock for a legitimate reason.
What's your legitimate reason? Pick your teeth? This
No,
one,
it was.
go ahead.
I had just lost the key.
Oh, you
I just lost the key.
Yeah. Well, this one is for declogging the bong. So I have one of them that I've said, okay, your bong resin one. Because if you do it, then you have to make sure you have to be disciplined and not use the other ones for bong resin, or else. Is that your bong resin one? Is that your bong knife?
A well-used scraper.
Okay,
It was my.
yeah, that's it's you got to keep them separate, right? It's like you got your your food tools and your non-food tools, basically. Because bong resin, you can't everything. It's like I made the mistake multiple times, actually more than once, of cleaning out my bong in the sink when there's dishes in there. All of those dishes for the next like month and a half smell like bong water. No matter how much soap and everything you put on, it doesn't matter.
Just trying to see how good Delilah's testing has gotten.
Yeah. Well, my God, you should. You know what you're in store for if you don't have a cleaning lady. You might have a cleaning lady or something, but Delilah's room. I went in there for the first time in a while today, and oh my God, if I think I am messy, she has just. I mean, I was like, I need your keys. Where are they? She's like, She looked. They're on the floor. I'm like, there's a big pile of fucking just random shit. Yeah, it might be what you have to look forward to. If I'm saying.
I don't go into her room.
You don't go into it?
I opened the door today to talk to her about something, and then just shut it again and told her it was messy. I know. Hey, Jordan, will you clean your room today before you go to bed? Thank you. The whole thing.
You're a better parent than me, my friend. I always told her,
Because of that.
I don't have the energy to get you to do that, Delilah. Candace used to make her do it. When Candace came in, she would make her do that shit, right? But then when Candace left again, then I'm just like, well, I just don't have the energy.
You just saw the extent of the work I'm putting.
Well, that's good. Hey, that's good. That's a good amount of effort. I appreciate that. That shows you care about parenting. I don't think making kids clean up after themselves is necessarily a super important thing. Is I guess my point. I think you probably agree with that. In general, it's not your highest priority.
There are a lot more important things than that. And ultimately, no matter how much you make them do it, I'm not a clean person. I mean, I'm a clean person. I'm not a neat person.
Right.
I will not wear the same pair of socks twice, but my shit is everywhere.
Well, it's because of this. It's because, like for me, I have this experience where I start doing something, right? You start doing something, it requires you to like take out some shit and move it around a little bit. It's unavoidable, right? So you're taking out some shit, you're moving it around, and then you get in part way into it, and you realize to do this properly, I need to coordinate it with this other thing over here. So then you go over there and you take out some more shit, right? And you start moving that around. And then a little while later, you've taken out another pile of shit and moved that around. And now you're well on your way to doing something. And then you realize, oh shit, I gotta go. And then you come back and there's all that shit you just took out. That's what happens.
If you're lucky, you progress about 7 different projects just a tiny bit.
You're correct. Then you go, hey, job well done. Now somebody else clean it up.
I've not accomplished anything, but I'm closer on everything.
Well, I used to be obsessed with the idea of having everything within a rolling chair's distance of arm's length. I tried to get this set up in my kitchen for a while.
It doesn't work.
It didn't work. You just can't do it. It's impossible. No matter how many things you got hanging around you, it just isn't going to work. There's too many things that require big objects.
But hanging stuff is a very underappreciated way of having things.
Yeah, it is. Look, let me see. I got my cords hanging up there. These are all the cords there, and it's hard to turn this and see where I'm aiming it. There's cords hanging up there and cords hanging up there. It's ready with all the electronic cords because.
You staple?
Do I staple? I have been out of staples for my staple gun for like 2 years now because I haven't gotten around to getting more staples for it. But I do, in theory, if I had staples for it.
You know what's awesome is those industrial strength magnets.
Yeah, I haven't tried that.
Well, I can't find my magnets now.
And use them to hang shit up?
up to like 30 pounds. You just they come on brackets, and so you just screw the bracket onto the wall or a rafter, and then just whatever you want to throw up there. I throw up tools and stuff. I've got some in. Oh, hold on. I'll show you. But there's some kind of knives hanging in the safe. There's an empty magnet.
That's the ENTP safe right there.
So I use them.
That's an ENTP
Oh, yeah.
safe, but that's the S heavy variety. You are much.
On in the safe.
What's that?
There's a lot of things hanging. A lot of stuff is hanging.
Right. Well, because
The flat
that way,
surfaces
you,
are pretty
you
much
don't
it.
want to have to.
Except for
You don't want to have to move a bunch of shit to get to something. Right? That's frustrating. You want to be able to just see it and grab it.
the flat surfaces where I take off my jewelry stuff and throw my wallet.
You gotta have baskety things like this. Like this little tray. This is my tray of crap. Oh, you got a tray of crap too. How nice. Everyone's got a tray of crap. It's important. This stuff's important. It's weird. It's like it matters a great deal if you can. When I finally start doing something consistently one way over time, I go, okay, don't fuck that up, Eric, because I have a bad habit of doing something like this, going through having some object being in what I think to be not an ideal place, but I know where it is, and it's there for time after time after time, and then one time I come across it, and the fact that it's not an ideal place causes me to move it, and then it's gone forever. I don't know where I moved it to. Well, I must have moved to the logical place.
You moved to the perfect place.
But I can't remember
The
where
perfect
it
place. Again.
Yeah, if it were such a perfect place, you'd think I'd be able to remember where it was, but I can't, so I don't know.
It's so perfect that you almost turn into a sensor.
Yeah, well... Okay, so I'm going to end this video. We've got a couple more attendees in the room, and we'll try to get them involved as well. And thank you for watching Talking Science, people. It's good length. It's 27 minutes here.